Hello everyone and welcome on this new weekly market analysis video from Xtreme Trader. This is Salah speaking. Before we start, please don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe to the channel and kindly leave a comment and share the video. So let's now begin analyzing the market, and as usual we will start with the EURUSD, but before that please don't forget to join our free channel of Telegram to receive any updates about these signals that you are receiving here on YouTube. The channel is Xtreme Trader Signals. This is our official Telegram channel on Telegram for Forex signals, and we also have another channel for gold signals as well, Xtreme Gold Signals. Please make sure to join it, guys. You can actually find the link in the description below of this video. So now regarding the EURUSD, I have to admit, guys, that the last week actually was not good at all. I maybe have misread the dollar, but right now actually I believe we actually have a good reading. So now, based on weekly chart, what we can see right now is that the market recently, actually I would like to move to the monthly chart even. Now based on the monthly chart, the EURUSD is actually facing here a very strong key level of resistance at 1.162. Let me just take you through this. So here actually we have a real level of resistance that has been respected 10 years ago, back in 2015, which also became here a support. Then we actually have here a fake breakout, but the market nevertheless has actually respected the same level as the real support. Now recently we can see here a fake breakout happened, has occurred exactly on the same level of the real resistance, which actually most likely indicates that the EURUSD will actually reverse exactly right here at 1.162. That is of course from monthly chart. Let's move right now to the weekly chart. Now the weekly chart shows me actually a very interesting pattern, which is the inverted hammer. Right now, as the at the top of the resistance at 1.685, we can notice here the inverted hammer has appeared. Once you see this candle has appeared on a resistance level, especially on the bigger time frames such as weekly or daily charts, usually it indicates of course a bearish reversal. That's why I'm actually expecting to continue selling the EURUSD for the upcoming week. Let's now move to the daily chart. Now based on daily chart, we also have here a broken support trend line that cannot be ignored, and actually I would like to connect only the real levels of support trend line to have an accurate entry. Now as you can see, the same level also indicates here for the resistance exactly at 1.163, which means I'm actually suggesting to consider selling the EURUSD exactly at the peak of the nearest level of resistance to that bearish breakout candle. Not only that, but if we check the current structure, if I go right now to the 4-hour time frame and just simply check the recent structure, we can notice that this was of course Fibonacci 61.8. Therefore, I would recommend to sell the EURUSD exactly at 1.163, and if we do, we can actually hold the position till the market reach Fibonacci 23.6, which was also a real level of a support in the past that most likely is going to be respected. Therefore, I'm actually suggesting to consider sell at 1.63, targeting 1.148, expecting around 140 pips profit with the signal. However, the safe zone for this case shouldn't actually be ranging much higher than the previous level of a real support at 1.170, because we are actually mainly relying on the previous level of the broken level of a support, and respecting the previous level of a resistance as well, and also Fibonacci 61.8. So therefore, if the market actually will be able to reach this level, then most likely it means that it actually didn't respect the signal. Therefore, we have to wait for the market to rise to another 47 pips, and our safe zone will be ranging for 70 pips against 140 pips of profit. Let me please now write the signal for you. That will be all for the EURUSD. Let's now head to the Pound USD. Alright, so now for the Pound USD, as we can see right now, we had here based on daily chart a head and shoulders pattern that recently has just been completed. Therefore, I'm actually recommending to consider selling the Pound USD as soon as possible once it actually retests the broken level of a support at 1.335, which was also here in the past a resistance as well. So therefore, let me just make sure this is quick, because we don't actually need to explain this for a long time. And just allow me please to move to the 4-hour time frame. Now based on the 4-hour time frame, if we just look at the left side, we can notice here clearly that we had also a strong key level of a resistance at 1.333. Pay attention, this has always been a real level of a resistance all the way. we can see here, of course, a real level of a resistance, then a fake breakout happened, and a real level of a resistance indeed, and then another fake breakout, multiple fake breakouts, but nevertheless, of course, the market has always been respecting this level as a real level of a resistance. Now, moving to the current time, we can notice here clearly that we had also the nearest level of a support to this bearish breakout candle. Therefore, I'm actually recommending to consider selling the pound USD exactly right here. Why right here? For multiple reasons. Number one is, of course, retesting the broken level of a support. Number two is looking at the resistance trend line. Check this out. Now we have here also a resistance trend line on this downtrend with a fake breakout. The fake breakout here indicates that the market actually has failed to create a support trend line and didn't reverse. Instead, it just kept falling and also respected yet the same level of a real resistance trend line. So meaning if we consider selling right here, that actually might be a good idea, targeting, of course, the nearest level of a support to our entry at 1.313. Therefore, selling the pound USD at 1.333, aiming the lowest level of the support at 1.314, aiming around, that's actually going to be a lot. It's going to be around 171 pips of profit. And in this case, our safe zone shouldn't actually be ranging higher than the previous level of a support as well at 1.340, which means our safe zone will be ranging for around 60 pips against 173 pips of profit. And please, my friends, no need to remind you that the stop loss, if you guys were willing to enter this trade and if it matched with your own analysis, do not place your stop loss exactly at the edge of the safe zone, because as long as the market is actually ranging inside of this area, we are actually safe. You can place your stop loss anywhere outside of the safe zone. Sometimes the signal actually hit the edge of the safe zone, then someone in the comments say it hit a stop loss. And I'm just actually feeling annoyed because that is not a stop loss. 1.340 is not, guys, a stop loss, all right? So please, again, make sure to just place your stop loss anywhere outside of the safe zone. Let's now, however, move to the AUDUSD. Alright, so now the AUDUSD, as you can see, has finally made the bearish breakout from this long-term, boring, ugly structure, as you can see right here. We are right now on daily chart, and we had here this channel that the AUDUSD has been ranging in it for a really long time, for over, actually, the whole year. Since January 2022, the AUDUSD has been the ugliest chart ever. However, finally we have actually here a hope that maybe the AUDUSD most likely will continue the rise to retest the broken structure of a channel and afterward continue the fall. But again, I'm telling you, this signal actually might be risky, because looking at the past, we also had here one giant ass fake breakout, and the market did not create here a resistance trend line, and instead it just kept rising. So therefore, please consider that the same might happen again. But also, there are actually some tools that can help us right here, such as the resistance right here, as you can see. Let me just tell you exactly at 0.651. So this actually has been a real level of a resistance all the way right here. Then after the bullish breakout happened, it became a support number one, support number two, then instantly has been broken out from. So meaning the resistance right here exactly at 0.651 is the nearest support to this bearish breakout candle. Sorry, the nearest resistance to that bearish breakout candle, which means if the AUDUSD will continue the rise, it actually has a good chances not only retesting the broken level of a support trend line, but also respecting the previous level of a resistance. Therefore, if we short the AUDUSD right here, I would recommend to hold the position till the market retests the nearest level of a key support as 0.638, which was also a previous level of a key resistance. That means we can actually aim around 135 pips, hopefully gonna be in profit. However, the safe zone shouldn't actually be ranging higher than the previous level of a resistance right here at 0.659, which means our safe zone will be ranging for around 46 pips only against 130 pips of profit. That will be all for the AUDUSD. Let's now move to the USDCAD. Alright, so let's take a look at daily chart for the USDCAD. As you can see right now, my friends, we actually have here a triple bottom pattern. Pattern has appeared, and that also actually indicates a possibility in the rise for the USDCAD. Now, USDCAD based on, oops, one second. All right, so USDCAD based on daily chart has actually made here a bullish breakout from the resistance trend line, as we can see right here. And also, if we check the Fibonacci right here from this high to this lower low, now we can notice that the USDCAD seems to be actually going on its way to Fibonacci 38.2. Now, remarkably, we had here also a broken level of a resistance and also the nearest level of a real support to that bullish breakout candle. Therefore, I'm actually suggesting to consider buying the USDCAD exactly right here at Fibonacci 38.2, which is 1.374 and 1.372. So as you can see right here, it will also not only respecting the previous level of a support, but also retesting the broken level of a resistance trend line and hopefully creates a new support trend line from this point. And from there, USDCAD most likely will continue the rise again to revisit Fibonacci 61.8. Therefore, that will be actually our take profit level at 61.8, expecting around 113 pips of profit, and the safe zone in this case should not be actually lower than the next level of a support lies exactly at 1.366, which will be ranging for around 55 pips against 111 pips of profit. That will be all for the USDCAD. Let's now head to the USDJPY. Alright, so now for the USDJPY, if we check the weekly chart, check this out. So USDJPY not only retested the resistance at 150.619, but also has been massively rejected from that level of resistance and actually has closed the last week as a pin bar. So that also indicates a possibility in the bearish reversal. So meaning, most likely USDJPY will continue the fall at least to reach the previous level of support right here exactly at 144.284. So let's now move to the daily chart. Now, as you can see, daily chart here is showing us actually a massive bearish breakout as well that moved for around 350 pips. Wow, that's insane. However, USDJPY right now is being treated like gold exactly in the amount of pips. It's a very high volatility pair and we have to be very careful trading this pair right now. So by looking here at the resistance trend line, we can notice it clearly that the USDJPY has actually here created the resistance trend line number 1, even number 2 and 4, and here number 1. As we can see also here we had the fake breakout happen. So we are actually expecting from the USDJPY to respect the previous level of a real resistance trend line and most likely will continue the fall. This is actually one of the winning setups in my opinion. Now, by looking at the left side, we can very clearly see here, of course, a real level of a resistance as well, exactly right here, to be precise. The resistance right here as well. Let me just not hide it. Right here, the peak of the resistance right here as well at 148.266. Therefore, we have to wait for this pair to rise to another 80 pips before we can start shorting it, targeting again the nearest level of a real support, as I said earlier, at 146.265, expecting around 200 pips of profit, and the safe zone in this case shouldn't actually be ranging higher than the previous level of a resistance as well at 149.144, which will be ranging for around 90 pips against almost 200 pips of profit. And that will be all for the USDJPY. Let's now move to the Bitcoin, which was of course our last signal from the last week. I would like to keep this signal because it seems to be right now activated and running in profit. So overall, the Bitcoin has actually retested the broken level of a resistance right here exactly at 111,784 and respected the same level as the real support. So meaning our entry was not the best, but however, it was indeed a good buy zone. Therefore, I think Bitcoin actually will continue to respect this level as a new support. If I move to the 1 hour time frame, however, we can notice actually right here that we had also another real level of a support lies exactly right here at 113.125. I'm actually recommending to consider buying the Bitcoin again exactly right here at this level of a real support, and by that hopefully the market will create inverted head and shoulders pattern, which indicates hopefully a continuation in the rise. So I highly recommend you guys to not enter immediately. Do not set here any pending orders. Just wait for the market to respect this level. If you've seen any signs of a reversal, such as a pin bar or a doji or inverted hammer, anything, you name it, any signs of a bullish reversal, you can actually hopefully proceed to buy. But again, you are fully responsible for the consequences. And of course, me as an extreme trader, I don't take any responsibility at all about how these signals performing. Therefore, let me just fix our entry to be right here exactly. Let me just fix it also to be the buy from 111,111. I hate Bitcoins because these numbers are actually long for me to pronounce. And actually, English, guys, is not my native language, as you all know. Therefore, I'm actually sometimes finding hard time in pronouncing these numbers. Forgive me about that. However, that will be actually, my friends, everything for the weekly analysis. And in the end, again, please don't forget to join our free channel of Telegram to stay connected to Xtreme Trader and to receive any updates about these signals. Again, the channel is not the gold. The channel is actually Xtreme Trader Signals. Hopefully we will see you there. You can also find the link in the description below of this video. So until then, my friends, I hope that was informative to you, and I would like to thank you for watching.